So in Power BI today, the concept called as like import and direct query is something like in Tableau we have a called as live connections and extract connections. A similar kind of here we have a called as import and direct query.
Ayan, please record the section if possible.
Yeah, I already record the session. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not recording in Zoom session. There's a screen recorder I'm using.
Um, okay.
For direct query in the sense it's a live connection Tableau. While using the live connection, we cannot. It's directly connected with the data set, and it will store like it will not store like any data in the Power BI level, and this will create like for this DAX query. Sorry, from this direct query view, some of the DAX functions will won't work. So by default, the Excel file is created in that import query level. If you connected any data set from the backend or anything, right, like SQL or anything, it will create like important live connections. So if you see that in the Tableau level, when we see in the model and I select any one of the data set, if you see that here the storing mode is called as import mode. Here the direct query is disabled because the Excel file indicates by default is the import mode. If you connect any particular data set, then it will be enabled for the direct query. So and also today we are discussing about the transform data. So transform data in the sense in the older version there is a call as query editor. Here we can do all the data transformations like data cleansing and everything. So once this load here we can connect new data sets and whatever the data sets are available in the recent connection, and here we can add that manual data for that and the data settings, data source settings, and here you can see that the permissions required for like whether that data is connected from which data source, and we can change the source here, and we can change the permissions also inside that, like we can directly change the source here, and we can use edit permissions to see that whether we can use the public or organizational for that particular data set. And similar way we have called as manage parameter that will come under the parameter session. The refresh view means when I use the refresh, this page will automatically got refresh. When I use refresh all, it will refresh all the data sets. And here if you see the properties of the database, so whether it is enabled for that load or include refresh or not. And advanced query editor, this will under the M language that is called as Power BI internal language, that is called as Power Query M language. Here management we can remove that We can duplicate the data set and we can remove the data set also. And here the choose column indicates sometimes we want only required columns. Okay, I want like only shipment and customer and the sales. Instead of the removing all those things, here we can directly choose the whatever the columns is required. So here I'm just keeping that customer name, the customer segment. I want the sales. You can keep only those three values, and after that you can do that close and apply. Then it will load the records. You will get a pop-up here.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. So, like in Tableau, we have live and extracts, right?
Correct.
So in Power BI also we have such
Yeah,
type
we
of
have like direct query and
extractions.
import.
Okay,
Yeah, this is called as live. One second.
okay. Sorry, we already covered.
Sorry.
Yeah, fine, fine. So
Yeah,
when
now
you say import, you are importing into local machine, right?
yes, import into the local machines. Something like extract in our Tableau. Import
Yes.
means
Okay.
extract. By
Okay.
default, the Excel files, any textual files, it will be imported in import mode only. For any database connections, right? It will store like live and extract options are enabled. Now I just only filtered only those records in the transform data. If you want to check whether it is import or direct query, right? You can see that in the data modeling page. You can see in the advanced. You can see the storage mode whether it is import or direct query. Maybe tomorrow I will install in SQL setup in my local machine. Then I will show you that the direct query option also here. So
Help us to install in our systems also.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
So here whatever I have done the changes, right? You will see in the advanced editor. You will see that those options. So I'm just removing these steps to see all the data. And removing columns in the same thing only, like whatever the column is highlighted, right? I'm just removing those columns. So I'm just removing the order discount. I'm just selecting the discount. Whatever the steps we created, everything will be recorded in the advanced query editor, as well as here. If you see the steps, right, we can see the steps here, and also we can keep the top rows. I can see that number of rows. I can use like number of top 10 rows. It will display only the 10 rows. Like similar way bottom 10 rows. So I'm using bottom 5 rows. It will display the bottom 5 rows. Like this we can use this keep rows as well as remove rows also same. Again I'm removing just top 100. It will remove that 100 records from the table itself. See that the changes happen. And also we can split the columns also. Like for example, I am using the customer name or product name anything. So there is a column called split by using delimiter or number character or lowercase or uppercase. So I'm just splitting that based upon the uppercase. See that the splitting is happen product name and the TAC, or else I can use that split column by delimiter. I am using this delimiter as a space. Start. Now you can see that the splitting happen based upon the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost like 9 got reflected based upon the product. Or else I am using one more small length of the character. So here I am applying based upon the delimiter. Now you can see that office is supplies and supplies are separate thing. And again group by. The group by indicates here we can create a grouping kind of thing. So here the product category and the column name. So here I am using the product category account. Next time. So here the grouping is happen all the records for the product category level. If I want to change again for different level, for example, I am using the row ID level. Then you can see that row ID level, the total count got grouping is happen for all the levels. I am using ship mode level. Then the grouping is happen based upon the ship mode level. And also here, if you see that the data type, here also we can change the data type, like whether it is decimal or text or anything. Here also we can change it. And similar way, use as a first row header. Sometimes what happen when we use Excel files or some of the things, the it will add like column 1, column 2, column 3. So that time we are using first row as a header. Then it will create it as a 20841 is it will come like a header and high is coming at a header. Let me load this up. Now see that the changes happen. So I'm just removing these headers. And when I use the replace values, we can make it as like, for example, I'm using 0.012, I'm using 5, 4. So here instead of that, it will display it as a 4. Here I selected this column. Now I selected this one. Now I'm using the replace value. I'm using 0 to 4. Wherever the value is 0, it will display as a 4. Now if we want to change to 0.01, it will change to 4 here, like this. And merge query indicates we can add like two tables, we can merge that values like using that joining condition like left outer join, right outer join, using ID. When I take order ID, here also we have a called as order ID. So based upon the order ID, I am using the joining condition. See that if the table is written, the table is also appended here, merging here. So here when I close and apply, whatever the steps we have done, it will save into the data set. And similar way there is a called as transform. So here we can use like some transpose data also here from row ID to column like this. It got like pivoting the data. We can use the transport table, and also there is a call as pivoting. That also we can do that pivoting. For example, here high, medium. So I want to display that unit and shift mode wise. So I'm just converting and I'm doing the unpivoting the columns. So when I use unpivoting columns, it will create the attribute and measures. It will store like it's something like in Tableau we can create a parameter. When a user select the discount, it should display that value, right? Similar kind of thing. Here we are unpivoting the values. It will show that attribute and value. Here, whatever the dimensions, it will come under the attribute, and the measure will come under the value. I'm just removing this. See that here the columns are showing like column 19 and column 10. So here what I am trying to use the first row as a header. Now it will come the postal code as a first. One second, some is loading is happening. Yeah, and also here, if you see the data type and replace values, everything you like, most of the things covered here only to see the transform options. And also there is a call as the add column. So here we can add the custom column also to create that. So here I'm just creating the combination of customer name. I'm just dragging and I'm using and I'm using the shipment. I'm just creating a column custom combine. It will create a separate column, and similar way there is a call as conditional column. In the conditional column we can write the conditions. For example, here I am using the region, and the region equals to central. My output should be 1 or else 0. See that wherever the region, so I'm just moving near to the region. Wherever the central, it will come 1 or else 0. And index column, index means it will create an index. I'm just creating an index. If you see that whatever the value is coming, it will starting with 0. Here also we can mention whether it is starting from 1 or 0 or any value. And also I can move to that beginning. Here there is a call as move option. In the transform data itself, there is a call as move. Can you please rejoin that once the meeting got end?
Yes, please.
And also there is a call as duplicate column. Here we can right click, and here also we can create a duplicate column. And this one there is a call as format. For example, here everything is a small, so I'm just using the uppercase. Then it will convert it to the uppercase. And if I want to trim right, it will remove the spaces between the trim and it will create a new column. Like cleaning is also taking like removing the spaces and everything. Add prefix, it will add like I'm just adding the one value. It will add in the starting, and when I use the suffix, it will add that ending. And it will create a separate file for that. What are the steps we created? Everything here it will come under the apply steps, and also it will store in the advanced editor. See what are the steps is added. Everything is stored. And also it will come under the extract like first character. I mean the count of one. If you see that when I use the count of one, or else when I use the count of two, it will store the data from only two letters. And I use the range between 1 to 5. It will store the text range of 1 to 5. This path is like XML. We just load into that XML file. Fini like XML values. And these are the called as like multiplications device. And this is called as like power square. These are the trigonometry squares and date functions. If you see that if anyone selected it, some of the showing like highlighted, some of the showing like unhighlighted. Because here if you select like number length, if you select the string right, it will enable only for the string data. If you enable any particular date field, if you select any measure, it will enable like measure data. If you select any specific time period, second, just find the time period. If you select the time period, it got enabled like you see that here when I converted here, it will display it as a year. Like this, we can do that, and also here we can see that just some of the things in the whether column quality is checking and the distribution of the column chart, like whether what is the distribution, it will load it here. See that here the column quality, like if the column is like any errors, it will show like errors here. And here you can see that the column profile, like how the column is populated, how many counts of the column, it will show everything here. The tools indicates it's something like we can do the diagnostics of the particular columns or throughout of the district, either Power BI desktop. I think some of the permissions has limited for these versions. Like this, we can do all the performance kind of thing here. The transform editor, and also here, what I am trying to. So here mine is like order ID or any one of the field is common. Let me try to create that. Right. So let me take an order ID. So I am using the filter as an order ID. So here in page 1 I have order ID from orders table. In page 2 uh, I have an order ID from returns table. So I'm using here returns. Here I'm using the orders. So if I want to sync between these two filters, right? We don't have any relation between these two tables. But in Tableau, what happen if you create like same name convention? If you use like selected worksheets, it automatically apply for the filter. If you use the same naming convention from those two tables. But in Power BI, what we need to do that we need to make the relation between these two tables. So here there is a call as manage the relationship, or else we can do the direct connection between those two tables. See that one to many is happening. So we can check the relationships here when we go to the manage relationships. We can see that the return tables. Or else if you create a new one, here we can use that orders tables. When we use the users table, uh, let me let me go for that regions table and make it as a columns as a header. So let me go for the transform data. And the users, use the first row as a header. I'm just applying the steps. And you will get a pop-up to create that one. So here we can go for the manage relationships, and we can use this region to region. I'm just removing this one. And once I close it, the relation got removed. It will take some time to load that. So here I am applying that new data set, and here I am using the order tables. Here I am using the users table. Here the common column is indicates the region. So here in Tableau, similar kind of cardinals like one to many, same cardinals is available also here. And once the load is done, then we can see that the relationship is also happening. Now, if we want to sync between those two tables, now just use the sync slicer, the format itself, sorry, the view itself, there is a called a sync slicer.
Your meeting will be under. We can rejoin again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So now the sync is happening for the both from returns are here. So here I'm just selecting that order ID, and you can see the change also here. One second, let me try that syncing. See that in my orders table, I just selected the value called as 12277. Now you can see the value also 1227. Also my starting is like 5654, and here also it got changed. This is the way we can make the relationship between those two tables. And tomorrow I will explain like these are the charts and the formatting perspective for the data visualization to see that how to create the dashboards and everything. So here and also maybe next sessions I will show you like how to create a Power BI service. So let me show you like one of the tip for that to create a Power BI service. So what here I will show you like I'm just adding this one mail. So whatever we created like dashboards and sheets, right? We need to make a publish in the our workspace. So that will come under that. I will explain in Power BI services. And so usually the Power BI service is required to install using our organization mail ID. So there is a way to use this one. There is a call as temporary mail. You can use like 10 minutes email. If you open this one, you will get like some temporary emails to use to create the Power BI service account. I'm just showing the Power BI service account. So if you see that right here, the mail got happened. So I'm just creating that new account for that. So still my so if you see that here, this is the mail ID. Once you log in this mail ID, you will get a OTP also from here only. Second. Now I'm using this mail ID to create a Power BI service account. So here I'm just use different account because I already signed in for those account. So use another account. I'm just using that. So here you can't access. So there's a call a sign in option. Using organization mail ID. One second. So somewhere my ID got link here. So here it's showing like create one. So here first you can set up like my office setup to create a new account. I'm just using this one. And you can create a password. And after that you will get a code. So where we can get a code in from the one second. So in the ending you will see that the OTP code here. Just refresh this page to see that the code of that.
I'm able to see
Hello.
your screen, Kalyan.
One second. Sorry, I think somewhere got screen got. So you see that the code got happened here. So we can use the code. Let me try that. See that the code is created here. I'm just applying this code. First you can use that Office 365, then after that we can use in Power BI service. Because in Power BI service we cannot see that any create new option. So something where the ping. So the account got created from this mail ID. And after that you can use the Power BI app.powerbi.com. Now you can use the app.powerbi.com for same mail ID. Whatever we created a mail ID for this one, right? The TSN. So let me use a different account. Now you can try that mail ID. And you can see in this here the mail ID got expired after 4 minutes. New mail ID got created. Not sure. Let's try that. So let me try that. Powerbi.com. So I'm just removing this one. Using sign in options. Let's give me a minute. Okay, I think this power BI got added. 1 second. So here I'm just signing code. So here, to sign in this option, we created this account. Somewhere my browser cache got taken from the old mails. I think tomorrow I will show you this one because I will remove like my all old logins and I will show you that tomorrow session.
Okay, well, it's a one-time investment, right?
Yeah,
Correct?
it's a one-time investment for that.
Okay.
Or else we can use like our Genpact mail ID because right in Genpact mail ID we cannot use on our personal machines, right? So that is the reason we have like some workaround on that using temporary emails.
Okay. W we can get auto generated field steps. In Power BI also can we get same or not?
Which one?
Auto generated fields, right, in Tableau,
Auto
like
generated.
metric name, metric values, number
Yeah,
of
like
records we can.
we can use like there is a called as count row function to get that number of records for the particular
Okay.
table. For example, here I'm just creating the new measure that is called as count rows. By using count rows, we can get the number of records for that particular table.
Hmm.
Because Power BI, it's more about that our system performance also. If the system is slow, then it like very slow. Just give me a second. Slow down. So here there is a call as count rows. Here you can add the table name. I'm using the orders table to see that whole number of records.
No problem.
So when we use this field into the data set, and you can see that there is total 1952 records in the data set. This is like count of the rows.
No problem.
And tomorrow that I will show you like these are the charts and uh, how to create like simple dashboard to showcase like some of the actions by using navigations and those things.
Okay. In
But
Power BI, can be possible to blending and joins is concept is there?
joins we can create that, but not blending. Joins in the sense here we can use two tables and we can use the concatenate between those two relations actually,
Hmm.
and we
Okay.
and we can combine the two tables if from Power Query editor level. So if you see that here in the transform data, we can append the records also. If the data structure is same, so here I just want to showcase. I'm just using the first row as a header. So here we can append the queries based upon the two tables. Here make sure that we need to make the relation between. So I'm using users. Now see that two tables got added, and whatever the records for those one, it will show. Other than that, apart from that, it will show like null value. Only particular records will be stored. And if you want to add this any new append the queries, here we can command. I'm using like duplicate records. So I'm using same table, it got appended for those records. And I'm
No
using
problem.
again one more same table, just adding the same records. And similarly, we have called as merge tables. Okay, here merge in the sense here we will see the two options. Merge queries as a new. So here what I'm trying to do that I'm merging between orders and returns. So let me try to get. So users I am using and returns I am using, and I am using just command I need like any specific relation to join that. Just applying. Now you can see that it's created a separate table for the merging queries. And the return tables there is a call as reference. You can see that the order ID and everything. Like this we can do that here. And if you want to make any relation between those two tables, we need to make the relation between here. The data modeling page.
Okay.
Here we can use the data relationships.
By default, join is left hand, right?
Yeah, by default is left hand. Any doubts on this today's session?
No, Kalyan. That's good. It's theoretical, right? Once we have go to the like practical one, then we can get many questions.
Yes. And also like I see that Power BI is not handling the huge amount of data. And Tableau can like handle like huge number of data. Here some of the like best we can see that the formatting perspective. So when I use one format, we can copy paste like any pages in the throughout our
No. It's a canvas is a sheet level or dashboard level issue, right? Orders.
So here dashboard is a total different concept. Okay, whatever we are doing here, that is called as report. The
Okay.
report only we can do the dashboard designs and everything. But
Okay.
dashboard is a total concept in Power BI service that I will explain like in Power BI service session to create like Power BI service account and like what are the things we can do in Power BI service.
Okay, Kalyan.
And here most of the thing like the best advantage like is the charts. Like even Sankey chart also is available directly in the uh, app store. You can directly download from the app store. That I will show you tomorrow. Like what are the app stores are available and once the Power BI service account created, then we can do that here. Some of the things here.
Okay. We also create some custom charts also, right?
Yes, yes. Custom charts we can directly download from the app store. We are not manually adding like creating any sheets. Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
If
uh,
that
they,
manually,
yeah. Please
is
go
it
ahead.
work as dynamically? If we add any image.
Yes, if you want to add any image, we can directly load into the image. If you want like any charts apart from this charts, right? We can directly download from the from Visual Store.
Okay.
We add this one. Yesterday mail got removed. One second. Give me the mail. So once we sign into the Power BI account, the Power BI service account, you will see that a number of charts. Sorry for some background noise. So you can see that the Power BI service account got logged in. Meanwhile, I will log into the Power BI service also. I think tomorrow I will show you that Power BI service account creation because some of the settings got like my old account got is replacing for all those accounts. This is the like Power BI service account. You can see that create options and everything. But when we are in working projects, right, you will see that workspaces. Like here, we can use like a number of workspaces for individual organizations. And if you want to create a workspace, we need like premium license to get the pro license. Okay, for every mail ID, we'll get a 60 days to free license for the pro. You can try and look into that also. For practice purpose, we are using my workspace. So here, what are the publishing? We just did that. For example, I'm just publishing the report. So you will get a my workspace. And if you created any workspace at Power BI service level, you will see that more number of workspaces here. I'm just selecting that and it publishing it to the my workspace. Once that is done, you will see that here the report itself, you can see that. Here the dashboard, in the sense, here if you see that, right, there is a called pin symbol. If you pin the visual, you will get a new dashboard. So here dashboard indicates it's a pin of visuals, like it's a collection of multiple visuals. So I'm using the go to dashboard. You can see that one chart is added here, and same thing if I want to use like another different workbook I want to create, same thing, different is a pin, we can use this pin also. Same dashboard, and I am using the reference page. Here I am not creating anything, right? So you can see that here dashboard is something like there's a collection of pins. Even we can collecting our different workbooks also. Here we cannot see any filters on those. Whatever we have created a dashboard for the designs and everything, we can create report level, like shapes and buttons and everything, like any text boxes. I think tomorrow I will show you like one of the simple dashboard and what are the charts we are using and what are the different formats are available, different format settings are available, that I will showcase in tomorrow's session.
Okay, good.
Any doubts upon that?
No, I'm good.
No, Kalyan, it's fine.
Kalyan, what is the current version you are using right now?
Here, what are the updated I'm using? It's a like September version, I think. The release called as September 2022, and the version called is 2.109. And here it's got like sometimes it's every month updated, sometimes it's 2-3 months it's got updated for the latest version.
Okay.
And what are the Genpack version they provide? Like this one is like everything black screen. That is older to older version, almost like 2021 or 2020, something like that. Genpack they provide. And what are the old versions? You are seeing that. Let me open it over here. And you can see that images also the difference of those. So here if you see that, right, the menus got and everything, if you see that here the menus got like the side menu got blank, right, and you can see that these are the like visualization pane, and these are the field page, and lot of options got changed. And if you see that, right, here the format options it's got like changed to paint symbol, and some of the features got added. And here it's older versions, and some of the features like page navigations and those features are not there in the this version. One thing I like here, the formatting only. I think what I like most of the things, like we can directly use that one chart to any one of the workbook, like from this page to another page or anything. So I'm using here already in the status. I'm just using the pie chart. Then so I think only we have one value, that is the reason it's not showing pie chart. Let me remove and adding this different data set. So here we can directly create like KPI chart also. There is a called as multi-row, and we can use like KPI calculation, whether we can use like up arrow and down arrow based upon the calculation that we can go for the DAX session. After this one, I will share the video to all them. Any doubts?
No, Kalyan.
No, Kalyan.
Okay, very good. Thank you.